Welcome to History Shorts. I'm Courtney Short, and I'm actually in Kansas today. And this is the door to an Atlas F missile silo operated by the United States Air Force from September of 1961 to March of 1965. Now, what makes this particular missile silo special? Well, this one was operated by the 550th Strategic Missile Squadron, a subordinate unit to the 310th Strategic Aerospace Wing. Today I'm here with Matthew Fulkerson, who's actually the owner of this site.
The Atlas was our first intercontinental ballistic missile that we developed all in kind of a response to Sputnik going up in the 50s. We recognized if the Soviet Union had the rocket technology to send a spy satellite into space, then they could send over nukes. So very rapidly we started developing our own missile defense systems. The Atlas was capable of flying about 5,000 miles, could pretty much hit any target in the northern hemisphere, and this carried a thermonuclear warhead that was over 300 times more powerful than what we dropped on Japan in World War II. So this was built to be a deterrent to nuclear war. The concept was, if you launch on us, we launch on you, nobody wins. Mutually assured destruction. It's a path we didn't want to go down.
This only houses one missile, yet the 550th Strategic Missile Squadron actually had 12 in their inventory. So how did that all lay out?
Yeah, so it was like a ring of missile silos that went around Schilling Air Force Base in Salina. This was site number 8 out of those 12, and it was actually the furthest one away. It's one of the only properties they put in a small grass airstrip to fly in and check on things if need be.
Yeah, and with that dispersal, then it protected us from a Soviet strike taking everything out in one shot. As we've mentioned, this missile system for this purpose really went obsolete by 1965. Can you talk about the future then of the Atlas family?
Yeah, you know what's interesting is when they decommissioned the Atlas program, there was a technology transfer between the Department of Defense and NASA for our great space race with the Russians. So the Atlas rocket was actually repurposed as a spacecraft to send some of our first astronauts into orbit around our planet. We also set up our own spy satellites and global communication networks, and I did some research. I found the tail number to the rocket that was stored here, and it was taken down to Florida, used by the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration to send up a weather satellite. We're on the top floor of the Launch Control Center. It was known as the Ready Room. It's where the missileers used to live. So you had bunk beds, there was a bathroom with a shower and a couple toilets, there was a kitchen and dining room, large air handling room, and then a medical closet. And then just below us was where the launch control room was, where the missileers actually were working. Right here there's a sign that says, warning, 150-foot open silo shaft exists at end of tunnel beyond this door. These blast doors are 2,000 pounds, 1 ton each. When they decommissioned this, a salvage team took all the infrastructure out, they filled up the bottom with water, and then they left the doors open for a period of time. That way when spy satellites went overhead, they could see the reflection in the water and verify that this was an empty base. So it wouldn't be a target anymore. The entire silo is 176 feet from the top to the bottom.
But I can only see 80.
Yeah, it's about 82 feet from where we're standing right here to the bottom.
Gaining the 550th Strategic Missile Squadron in 1961 with its 12 Atlas F missiles marked the transition of the 310th into a strategic aerospace wing. From the very beginning of the Air Force's commitment to space, the 310th has been at the forefront of space operations, missions, and developments. The 310th Space Wing continued work with the Atlas family of rockets in the 21st century. In May of 2013, 19th Space Operations Squadron provided the operational manpower from launch through the first 96 hours into orbit of an Atlas V rocket launch of a GPS satellite. Today, the 19th Space Operations Squadron continues to execute the vital mission of managing the GPS satellite constellation and providing 24 hours positioning, navigation, and timing.